Why is SunHydrogen Inc's stock a good investment? SunHydrogen, by the way, closed the session of the 8th of April 2021 at $0.12, a 3.45% increase, and 12.7 million shares crossed the tape, which is below average for SunHydrogen. And moving down, we can see something really interesting. It is currently trading below all of its short and intermediate trend lines, and we're going to come back to that and also answer that question: why it is a good investment. We can also see that it has a market cap of $398.5 million, 3.321 billion shares outstanding. That might also be an issue. And moving down, we have some piece of news here, and it says SunHydrogen names Woo Sok Kim as Chief Operating Officer and Board Director. So it goes on to say SunHydrogen, the producer of a breakthrough technology to produce renewable hydrogen using sunlight and water, today announced the appointment of Woo Sok Kim, a seasoned senior operations executive with an established track record of scaling companies globally, as Chief Operating Officer and Board Director, effective immediately. Known for his leadership and strategic approach to operations management, Mr. Kim has executed over $4 billion in mergers, acquisitions, and joint ventures. In his role at SunHydrogen, Mr. Kim will drive the SunHydrogen technology to commercialization, overseeing the scientific team and strategic manufacturing partners. In addition, Mr. Kim will also lead investment analysis and valuation as the company seeks to invest in complementary hydrogen technologies. Having witnessed the evolution of the energy sector on a global stage and being at the forefront of clean energy partnerships and transactions, he is confident that they are only at the beginning of the clean energy technology revolution, said Mr. Kim. He believes that his experience, particularly with respect to leading the companies to scale effectively with smart, data-driven solutions, will prove pivotal to SunHydrogen as the company's global relationships and brand footprint continue to expand. So this is part of the answer to that question. You can see they have appointed somebody who has been involved with, or who has executed up to $4 billion in mergers and acquisitions and joint ventures. So the fact that this guy is keen on working with SunHydrogen tells you a lot about SunHydrogen. It tells you that SunHydrogen for sure is at the forefront of some revolution, not just the green tech revolution, not just the technology around extracting hydrogen from water. So there's something also special about their own unique take on that technology, amongst other things. So for the fact that Kim has joined them, it means that he either sees SunHydrogen as having taken the lead and running out there to take advantage before others come and join the fray. So that tells you a lot. So to some extent, partly that is what that has been answered. So the other answer is that we are now embracing the green tech, and the US government has mapped out funds to fuel the green tech drive. So that's amongst other things why it is a good investment. The other reason why it also is a good investment is, can also see it has the opportunity. You can see that it's only trading at only 12 cents. This is a stock that a lot of people believe the future is bright for. Fundamentally, it is sound. No dodgy claims about them. I've not seen people coming to claim, assert they have done this or didn't do that or didn't disclose this, or have not been honest about one thing or the other. We have also seen them get involved with manufacturers who will help them to get their Gen 2 technology out there and manufacture these products for people to begin to buy. So all in all, SunHydrogen fundamentally is sound, and they are one of the leaders in this space, this hydrogen space. And uniquely as well, their product is not, they're not deriving hydrogen from hydrocarbons. They are deriving hydrogen from water, which is not a polluting fuel. So their fuel is, or rather their raw material is water. So water is obviously doesn't pollute the environment. So that's unique thing about them. So there are other companies, including oil producing companies, that are extracting hydrogen. They're already producing hydrogen, but they produce hydrogen from fossil fuels, hydrocarbons. So uniquely, SunHydrogen is not doing that. They are using photosynthesis just like plants do to extract hydrogen out of water. And of late as well, this is another addition. That technology they have, they're using to extract hydrogen from water, has recently got some credence from some academics. And what happened there was that what it did was, in this case, they coated one of the nanoparticles or nanostructures that they are using in the process, because obviously you may have heard that SunHydrogen is using nanostructures to enrich and further produce the yield of their hydrogen outputs. So it's down to the nanoscale right now. So, and like I was saying, a research team in a particular university went ahead and coated I believe it is a cobalt, or rather I think it's a cobalt structure with a cobalt oxide structure with a titanium oxide compound. So with that way, they were able to further enrich their what is it called, their hydrogen output. So this is further credence to that. So we've been able to point out that SunHydrogen is a good investment because it's in the green space, and it is definitely going to benefit from the current funds being mapped out by the US government. On the other hand, it is worth it because it's relatively cheap. So it's easier for it to double and increase. It's if it's easier for it to double and increase because of its prices, currently trading at 12 cents, that will also be the case when it's going to retrace and lose value. So, but in any case, the opportunity for it to get in there is there, so, and the opportunity for it to double and increase by 3 times and more is very much there. By 10 times it's easily there. So that's why, amongst other things, it is good investment. So what more can I say? The technology is there, they have the team, they have the track record, and they also have a lot of interest from a lot of people. A lot of people are interested in the stock, and also a lot of people, even though a lot of people are currently involved or know about the stock, yet more people have not even gotten involved in the stock. So all of these makes it, amongst other things, a good investment. So moving on, we can see that the readout says that currently SunHydrogen appears to be consolidating within a longer term uptrend. Shares are presently below the 200-day moving average, which is rising along the 10-day moving average. However, the average directional index, or ADX, is below 20, indicating that shares have exhibited sideways movement. It is lagging the S&P 500. Momentum for SunHydrogen is improving. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors begin to purchase shares. And the volume for the 8th of April 2021 was lighter than usual, trading 12.696 million shares versus an average of 36.212 million shares per day during the last 12 months. The unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. The slope of the indicator is negative and suggests that there is a lack of buying interest. So moving on, we can see that its momentum is, I think it says it's not so strong as well. So let's return and see what it says about that momentum. It says it's improving. Okay, that's it. So momentum is slightly improving, but it seems the unbalanced volume indicator is flat. The volume is low. It's not so strong. So it has appreciated it has gained this 3.45% on low volumes, which is not exactly this best. The best combination usually, or rather the best combination market analysts tend to prefer is high volume, or rather high volume, yes, and extensions. So high volumes and price gains. So in this case, that's not what happened. But in any case, though, amongst other things, we can see that this stock is definitely a buy. We can see that it is currently trading in between its short and intermediate trend lines. So it is trading in between them. So it is, even though it is gradually starting to pick up a bit, but all in all, you can actually say that it has been consolidating, because since the what is it called, since the 22nd of February, it has been trading between $0.15 and $0.09. So $0.09, yeah. So it's been trading within that range since that time. So it is no doubt consolidating. So that is also another why it is a good investment. It's providing an opportunity. The stock is slowing down a bit, getting quiet. I mean, people are losing interest, and they're not, I wouldn't say they're losing interest, they're not really getting involved that much. So things are dying down a bit. So you now have it's now presenting a good buying opportunity, because it's usually at such times that some of its trend lines begin to get reduce and even fall below its price and all that stuff. So making it much more cheaper, technically much more cheaper than all those trend lines. And that is what we have been seeing. At some point we did see that. We saw here as at the 30th of March, it was trading clearly below all of those trend lines, and some people got involved, and the price went from 10 cents to 14 cents. So people are, even though that is a very short-term play for people who got involved, but it since retraced that from that $0.14, and it's still very much a buy, no doubt about that, on a technical front. But fundamentally, we have been able to make that case. There is no doubt about that. So yeah, by all means, get involved, and get involved with SunHydrogen. We have a position there, as you can clearly see. Yeah, so by all means, do so. So if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share. If you're a radio subscriber, thank you very much for watching this video.